and welcome back to my channel. This is Jenna here from Sweet Tooth Baking, and today we will be discussing things about macarons, specifically the French macaron method. Not macaroon, by the way. I hate it when people say that. It's macaron. I'm probably not even saying it right myself, but alas, it's definitely not macaroon. Okay, so here are my 5 top tips of things that you cannot skip when you are making French macarons. Let's begin. Step 1 is to make sure that you're wiping your bowl down. And what I mean by this is when you're whipping up your egg whites to make your meringue, you want to make sure that there is no fat anywhere. So my recommendation is to wipe your bowl down with vinegar or lemon juice. Vinegar or lemon juice will get rid of any fat that's left over in the bowl, and your meringue will whip up really nicely. Any presence of fat will actually prevent your meringue from whipping up, and you won't have a stable meringue, which means that you won't have a stable macaron shell. Step 2 is to make sure that you are whipping your meringue to what is called a stiff peak. If you want to learn more about this or see a different visual, check out my video called Easy Marshmallow Meringues, and I will show you and go into great detail about how to achieve a stiff peak. If you check your meringue and there's a little bit of jiggle or wiggle in your meringue, but most of it is stiff and not moving around, then you're at a pretty good place to continue with your macaronage. If your peaks are too soft, your meringue hasn't developed enough air bubbles, and again will lead to a really unsturdy macaron shell, or will lead to a hollow top, or lastly, a fragile top. So if you're experiencing any of these issues, know that you need to mix your meringue a little bit more. If your meringue is too stiff, you will still run into issues. The air bubbles that are trapped within the meringue will be too big and will also cause fragile tops or breakage in your final macaron shell. So make sure that you're not completely stiff, but also make sure that you're not completely loose. You'll just have to learn it, unfortunately, like the rest of us. Lots of practice and a lot of time and a few tears. Okay, the third thing that you want to do is to double pan. So I personally find that using 2 pans that are the exact same size, just one on top of the other, is a better conductor of heat than just using 1 pan. So the heat is spread out more evenly throughout the shells and throughout the pans compared to just using a single pan. And I find that because this heat distribution is better, my meringues bake better. So double pan always. Step 4 is to make sure that you're piping your macarons at a 90-degree angle. So you're going to want to hold the bag completely upright and with a firm and even pressure, press down in one solid motion. Any weird lopsided movements that you do when you're piping your macarons, especially if it's not a sturdy straight line, are going to cause lopsided shells. Finally, the 5th thing that you do not want to skip when you're making macarons is resting your macarons. This is especially important for French macarons. Italian macarons are a little bit different, but we're not talking about that today. For the French macaron, you want to make sure that you develop a skin. So you're going to leave your batter out at room temperature for 30 to 60 minutes, not touching it. Once your skin has developed, you'll be able to touch the top of your macaron without having any of the batter end up on your finger. When the macarons get into the oven, the heat will escape through the feet, which is the bottom ruffle around the base of the macaron, rather than escaping from the top. If you don't rest your macarons for long enough, you're going to have exploded tops, which I've had many times. So take the extra time to make sure that your skin has formed properly on your French macaron shell. That just about covers it. These are my 5 top tips of things that you should be doing and should not be skipping when you are making French macarons. Let me know in the comment section if this has been helpful for you, and let me know if you'd like me to go into great detail about all the many things that can go wrong when you're making macarons. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. First thing that you don't want to skip is not cleaning your bowl. Okay, no, let's not do that. Video, please subscribe for more. Oh wow, that was